Hi, I'm Sophie and welcome to my world. You know, I've had a couple videos where I've been showing you guys how to make rubber band bracelets. The rainbow loom has become extremely popular, but not everybody can afford a rainbow loom. And so today what I want to do is I want to show you how to make your very own, very simple rainbow loom starter board. It's not the full rainbow loom, but it's a starter board. So I want to show you how to do that. And the other thing I want to show you is one of my dear viewers, her name is Juliana. Juliana wrote to me and she told me there's another way of making the simple bracelet, and I want to show you how to do that, and that'll be using this very simplified board that I'm going to show you how to make. You know, the other thing that's come out in the month and a half since we shot our first video is you can get a whole bunch of supplies now on the market. At first, when the rainbow loom first came out, you couldn't get all this stuff, but now you can get these little tiny miniature crochet hooks, and you can also get the closers, and the closures come in a couple different patterns. One looks like an S and one looks like the letter C. So I'm going to show you how to use those and close off your bracelets, because when I first made my videos I couldn't find those. So I'm going to show you now. So to make your very simple board, what you're going to need is 3 pieces of corrugated cardboard. You want to have 3 pieces so that when you put your pins in, you're not going to stick through the back. Okay, so it needs to be thick. So I've got 3 pieces of corrugated cardboard, and these can be whatever size you want them to be, but you should have at least 12 inches this way and then at least 3 inches this way. That's all you really need. And I'm going to need a couple push pins. Remember, these are very sharp, so be very careful with those. You're going to need some rubber bands. Now, these are the hooks I was telling you about. Here's the thing. This is the one that I got from Joann Fabrics. They sell little kits, and they have what looks like a little S hook here. You can see there's a little opening here and a little opening here. That's an S hook. And then this is what I got at the dollar store the other day. The dollar store has little packs that come with these kind of C's. They look like the letter C, and you can see there's a little tiny hole in there as well, a little kind of cut. So these are more like a C, letter C. And these guys, why I like this kit so much is for $1, you get about 50 rubber bands, and you also get this tiny little crochet hook, which I think is absolutely fabulous. Now this one is one that I got from Joann, and it's also a tiny little crochet hook, but I have found actually this is more expensive. This was more like $2.99, $3.99. And the thing about it is the hook is the little hooky is a little bit bigger, and I actually like the smaller hook personally. So anyway, I wanted to show you those 2 different versions. Okay, so what I'm going to do to make my board, let me just move this off, is I am going to need a little bit of hot glue for this. Now, you don't have to use hot glue. You can always use regular glue. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to place a little dollop of hot glue in each corner and in the center. Now remember, if you're using hot glue, always have adult supervision, because hot glue can burn. At least the hot glue guns that I use. I use these very industrial strength hot glue guns for my projects. And they're very hot. Sometimes when we're doing our videos, you can even see steam coming off of these guys. Okay, there was a little steam right there. Okay, so I'm putting a little dollop. See that steam? That can really burn, you guys, and I don't want that to happen to you. Okay, so I've got 5 dollops there, 1 in each corner, 1 in the center, and I'm just gonna push down. Make sure it's nice and secure, and there you go. Now, if you wanted to, you could tape the edges here, make this as cute as you want it to. It is your board, however you want to do it. All right, now, this is the most important thing. Be very careful with these. You're going to take your first one and just place it in the center, off to the side there, wherever you want, right there. Got about, a couple inches on the top and a couple inches in from the side. What I want to do is I want to put about a thumb distance between this one and the next pin. So I've got measuring from my knuckle to the end of my thumb here. It's about 1.5 inches. Okay, so I've made those 2 holes. Now I'm going to pop these guys out. And what I'm going to do is just place a little bloop hot glue on either one. Now be very careful when you do this. Just going to place your pin and push it down. Now this is why I'm saying be careful. Don't put your finger down in there and get it into the glue. Okay, and push it down. Now this is going to make sure that it doesn't pop up when you're working. Now you are going to need a third, and that can live right up there for now. Now you have your board, and it's all done and ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first rubber band, and this is what Juliana taught me. Take my rubber band, and I'm going to twist it once to make a figure 8, and I'm going to place it over top of those 2 thumbtacks and push it down. Now at this point, I'm going to add my closure. So I'm going to actually use this closure that looks like an S because I like these. Just place it underneath. Let's see if I do it from this side, maybe you'll be able to see better. Place it so that the gap in the center here, or excuse me, not the gap, but the overcross of those 2 rubber bands there in the center lines up with the hole or cut in the S, and just put it in there. There you go. So see how it's just hanging on there? Okay, now I'm just going to push that down. Now I'm going to take this pin, this third pin, and I'm just going to pull gently, and I'm going to pop it in underneath here. See how it pulls down? That's so I can just see it. Nice and easy. All right, now I'm going to take my second rubber band, place it on top, and I'm going to use this great little crochet hook, and I'm just going to go and take the one bottom rubber band from one side and bring it up, and hook the other rubber band from the other side and bring it up, just like that. Then I push this down and place another rubber band on top. Now you can do a pattern, or if you want to, you can just mix the colors. Always push down just to make it easier to see. I'm going to take the next one, put it on top, bring it up, and bring it up. Now, you can see it's starting to bunch up here, so now I'm going to take up the tension by just bringing my pin up and pushing it down. Now, don't give it too much tension, because if you give it too much tension, you're going to pull this out of the cardboard here, and you don't want that to happen. Don't want your rubber bands shooting across the room. So just be gentle with your pressure here, but enough that you can see what you're doing. Okay, I'm going to put the next one on, lift it up, and push it down. I take the blue, lift it up, Again, I've got that tension. I'm just going to pick it up and push it down a little bit. Push this down. See, I just keep moving this down when it starts to get longer. Every couple rubber bands, maybe like 2, 3 rubber bands, I move it down. Now, a lot of people have told me that they make this on their fingers, and that's awesome, and that's great. I, unfortunately, can't do that because my fingers are too big, and the rubber bands just end up shooting across the room. So I like using a little machine to help me. It just makes it easier for my bigger fingers. And you can see this is growing pretty quickly. I love this little hook machine. Now you can, if you need to, use a paper clip that you can open the end of. If you can't get one of these little crochet hooks, that'll work too. Okay, so now I've made it as long as I want it, so I'm going to finish it off now. I'm going to do my last yellow one here, pull it up, and now I'm going to do my blue one. Now for my blue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up, keep it on here on my hook so that I can get my finger in here Then I go to the other side, pull it up on the hook, and get my finger in it. There we go. And I'm going to get both of my fingers in there and pull this open. So this is both rubber bands, and I pulled them open. I release the end here, and I'm just going to take the cut end, and I'm going to slide it over those two rubber bands there, so that now my rubber band is sealed. And there's my bracelet. And there you have it. Now, by no means does this replace the rainbow loom. Trust me, the rainbow loom is an amazing creation. I think it's very, very cool. But if you don't have the money to go out and buy one, you can still make those fabulous rainbow bracelets. You just need those little teeny, teeny, tiny rubber bands. So for more ideas to help make the things that you like a little less expensively, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.